Welcome back. Let's get back into this video where I share with you the 10 life lessons that I wish I learned earlier. Let's get back into this content.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, all you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
Number 5, talk less. Yeah, I know, I've been on this video talking, and now I'm gonna tell you one of the secrets and big life lessons that I learned was to talk less. But it's true. If you actually want to get successful and go to the next level, you're going to have to stop talking so much. Most of us talk because we're nervous or we don't know what else to say, or it's just something that we do. A lot of times we're talking because we want to show people that we know things. Well, guess what? If you're always talking and telling people what you know, then you're not learning. You can't learn and get to that next level if you're always talking. I was someone that just loved to talk, not necessarily about anyone or talk negatively, but I would get with my friends. I would talk on the phone for hours. In fact, I would even talk to my mom for hours and hours at a time. But now that I'm a multimillionaire, being honest with you, I probably only talk to my mom like once a month. Not because I don't love her, not because I don't have the time. It's just I don't spend a lot of my time talking. I don't just talk on the phone. I just don't get into chats and just start yapping and talking. I only talk for a purpose. Talking without a purpose is a waste of your time and you're not learning. So, big life lesson, talk less. Number 4, other people are not real. Okay, I know you're like, what? What are you talking about, Noel? Other people are real. No, actually, they are not real. Like I said, this is the big life lesson. Do you know that you create other people? You create who they are, and they only exist when you think of them? Yeah, think about that for a second, okay? Let's just do a quick little thought exercise. Think of your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Okay, now you've thought of them. They're in your mind. You're getting a visual. But when you were not thinking about them, they did not exist. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't necessarily even know exactly where they are. Other people are in our minds, and they only become real when we think about them, okay? Think about that. It's crazy. And so there's a lot of times when we don't realize that we create who other people are. We create what reaction we think they're going to have. We create what they're going to say to us, and we even attract them to say things to us with our own thoughts. We are the center of the universe. Like I said in rule number 10 that I learned, that I created my own reality. I also realized that I create other people too. I would say, oh, my mom is so negative. Well, guess what? She's not always negative, not 100% of the time, but I was receiving her as negative. That's who I created her to be. So that's who she was. You create who other people are. If you say that that person is abusive, or they yell at you, or they're this, or they're nice, or they're mean, whatever it is that you say they are is what they are. So think about that for a second and realize that you don't necessarily need a lot of people in order to be successful in your life. So you create who other people are, and you also create how they communicate and treat you. So be in control of that. Number 3, let go and take risks. This was a big one, and this is truly how I got to multimillionaire status. Trust me, there are going to be some scary moments on your journey to success. And one of them is going to require more risk of you. Literally, I've shared with you that I was in my parents' basement and I canceled one of my college courses in order to pay for a real estate coach. This was a big risk. I couldn't tell my parents that I did this. I couldn't even tell my husband that I had did this. Everyone would have probably said I was crazy if I would have told them what I was doing with my money. But I knew that I had to take a big risk, and I needed to just let go. I needed to learn more. I needed to go down this path and see what happens. And there's so many times in our lives, and I know you felt this before, where there's just something that you feel compelled to do, something you feel called to do, and you want to do it, but there's these voices in the back of your mind kind of holding you back. Quiet those voices, let go, and move forward. In order for you to be successful, you're going to have to take a risk. You're going to have to do things that you have not done before. That's why it's new. And it doesn't mean that it's wrong or it's bad just because you've never done it before. It's just a new experience for you. And as you go towards your new experience of being a rich, wealthy, entrepreneur. Trust me when I tell you, you're going to be doing new things that you've never done before, and you're going to be taking risks that you've never taken before. I literally paid $55,000 for one of my coaches, and my mom told me I was a fool. She said, "You are a fool. You paid that lady $50,000. Well, guess what? In the second or third month of doing what this lady taught me, I made $50,000. So, was I a fool? Absolutely not. I knew it was a risk involved. I took the risk, I let go, and I just moved forward in faith. And you could do the same thing too. Okay, are you loving this content? I need you to go in the comment below and give me a super thanks, okay? This way I will know what type of content you like. The more super thanks I get on this video, the more I know that this is content that you find valuable, and this is content that I can make more of. You can give money in any increment that you want to, but all of the super thanks are always appreciated, and it allows me to make this content for you. Okay, back to this episode. Number 2, doing less creates more. Yeah, this was a big life lesson for me. As I became a multi-millionaire, even as I've grown from 6 figures to 7 figures to 8 figures, I actually do less. I used to think that in order to make more money and to create more impact and create more value, I needed to do more stuff. But that is not true. The less that I do, the more I get. Literally, when I was the one that was answering the emails, answering the phones, going to look at properties, putting properties together, painting walls, doing all of these different things, I made less money. But now that I have narrowed my focus down and I only do a couple of things a day, every single day consistently, I actually make more money. So this is gonna be a big lesson. This is why this is number 2. This is right near we're about to get to the top 1, is because you do not have to do a lot to make a lot of money. You're probably doing something already that makes you money, and you should be doing more of that. And there's lots of stuff that you do that do not make you money that you're wasting your time doing, and you should stop doing. I'll give you a quick example. I'm a mom of 5, a wife, a mother, the whole head of household thing. I used to do laundry, wash the clothes, wash the house, clean the carpets. Why was I doing these things? I could hire someone to come clean my house once a week, do the laundry, and do some of these things and take this stuff off of my plate. And now I could make more YouTube videos. I could sell more properties. I could send more emails. I could do things in my business that make more money instead of doing these things that don't make me money. So big lesson, doing less leads to more. And number 1, drum roll please, thoughts become things. Oh yeah, this is a big one. I know you've probably heard this before. Thoughts become things, thought become things. Well, how? Well, very easily. Thoughts really do become things. As everything that was created in the world, everything that you can see, touch, hold, manifest, started off as a thought. Every building, every person, every single thing on planet Earth started with a thought. And I remember when someone taught me this, and I read the book, and I watched this training by Jack Canfield teaching me about thoughts becoming things. And it was mind-blowing to me. My mentors all taught me about these things. Everyone that I knew that was successful always said thoughts become things, and started to teach me how to control my thoughts. And some of the ways that I control my thoughts, of course, are through affirmations, through journaling, through meditation. But more importantly, just the fact that I know thoughts become things has changed my life. I am very careful about the things that I watch on television, for example. I'm careful about the conversations that I have with people. I am careful about everything that gets inside of my mind because I know thoughts become things. So most of the time that I spend, I do not watch television. And truthfully, when I was on my journey to become a millionaire, to make my first million, I did not watch TV for an entire year. I could not watch TV, I could not watch the news, I could not even speak to certain people. Literally, my mentor had me eliminate talking to certain people because I was in this transition, I was in this transformation of my mind. And as I started to control what I let into my mind and what I let into my thoughts, the more deliberate of a creator I became. I could start thinking of the things that I wanted, and literally in days, weeks, months, depending on what it was, I could have it in my hand. I literally learned how to manifest once, all from this thought. thoughts become things. So if I say to myself, for example, I want a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, okay? That was one of the thoughts that I wanted to become a thing. Well, one of the first things that I did was I went down to the Rolls-Royce dealership. I touched it, I looked at it, and no, maybe I didn't even have the money in the beginning, but I was becoming a manifestation for me. That thought was becoming a thing as I went towards it. As I wanted a big house, I would drive through the neighborhoods of houses that, that had houses that I liked. As I wanted a certain type of spouse, I started writing down what I wanted my spouse to be like. What would they look like? What would they smell like? What were the things that they would say to me? Like, what type of life did I want? And you can take this and put this in every single aspect of your life, not just houses and cars, but also relationship. You can even do it with your health. Literally, I have changed my own health with using my mind. So know that thoughts become things. Know that this is the most important life lesson of any life lesson, because if you can control your thoughts, you can control your life. I have created a challenge where we are going to create, launch, and fund your business in just one weekend. Go to 𝗷𝗚𝐿𝑠challenge.com and join me in this challenge to start and fund your business in one weekend. I am so excited. I'm literally going to be teaching you for 2 full days, me, live stream. We're going to be doing things, we're going to be implementing, and we're going to launch and fund your business with business funding in just one weekend. Go to 𝗷𝗚𝐿Schallenge.com and sign up today. Again, that's Noelle, Noelle with an S, 𝗷𝗚𝐿Schallenge.com. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your success.